Good morning to all. Today we are discussing about applications of radioisotopes. See, radioisotopes are used in many fields like medicine, agriculture, industries, etc. First field is in case of medicine. See, radioisotopes are mainly used as tracers in different fields. A small quantity of the radioisotope is mixed with a common isotope which is chemically similar and introduced into the system to be investigated. Its subsequent path is traced using a detector. For example, in medicine, tracer I-131 means iodine 131 is used to diagnose whether the thyroid gland is functioning or not. Here the iodine containing a small amount of isotope iodine 131 is given to the patient for consumption. Using a detector, the amount of iodine 131 is absorbed by the thyroid gland is measured to find out the activity of the thyroid gland. Similarly, oxygen 15 isotope is used as tracer to detect the path of inhaled oxygen in the lungs. Another one is iron 59 is used to detect anemia conditions. Then N24 nitrogen 24 is used to detect disorders in the blood vessels, and cobalt 60 is used to detect cancerous cells in our body. It can be a gamma emitter used to destroy the cancerous tissues. Second one is industry. Generally, gamma emitters are used as tracers to find out leakages or blocks in the underground pipes. Here, a radioisotope is introduced into the pipe and a detector is moved along the ground above the pipe. The reading of the detector will be more above a leakage in the pipe. Here radioisotopes are also used to monitor and control the thickness of the paper, plastic, etc. From this case, the gamma rays passing through sheets from one side are received by a detector on the another side. If the thickness is more, radiation absorbed will be less. If thickness is more, absorption will be less. Here the detector sends the signals to the equipment which adjusts the thickness of the material. Another application is radiographic testing. It is a non-destructive testing using gamma rays to detect the hidden flaws in finished goods. In agriculture, radiation from radioisotopes used to pressure grains and vegetables. Here radioisotopes are used for studying the chemical and biological process in the plants. Tracer 1 phosphate 32 in the form of phosphate is supplied to the roots of a plant to be investigated. Using a counter, the amount of P32 is going to different parts of the plants. This helps in selecting the suitable fertilizer for a given soil for a given crop. See, these are the applications of radioisotopes. Iodine 131, oxygen 15, iron 59, nitrogen 24, cobalt 60. These are applications in medical fields and industry, agriculture, and also biological and chemical process. Next we move on to transuranic elements. Why it is called transuranic? See, we all know that nucleus, the heaviest naturally occurring element is uranium. Uranium having highest atomic number, that is 92. Atomic number having more than 92, that elements are known as transuranic elements. Here they are artificially produced in the laboratory by bombarding certain heavy nuclides with appropriate projectiles. Here the transuranic elements have several isotopes. They are radioactive and normally their half-life is very short except plutonium and americium. For example, plutonium-239 has a half-life of 24,000 years and americium has a half-life of 500 years. Here, plutonium is fissionable with both slow and fast neutrons. Hence, this can be used in nuclear power reactors and atomic bomb applications. The examples for transuranic elements more than atomic number more than 92. One is neptunium, atomic number 93, plutonium 94, americium 95, curium 96, etc. So these are the atomic number greater than 92. These elements are known as transuranic elements. So this is the end of the discussion today. Applications of radioisotopes and transuranic elements.